aspire to a clean career, leaving no shame for descendants. Hello everyone. Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Case Stories, Cases Judged by Bao Gong. Today, I'm going to bring you a story called Lion Alley. In Tietio Village, Xiaolian Lane, Chaoshui County of Chaozhou, there lived a scholar named Yuan Wenjing. From a young age, he had been studying Confucianism and the teachings of Confucius. As an adult, Yuan Wenjing married a woman named Zhang, who was not only beautiful but also virtuous. Together, they had a 3-year-old son. One day, Yuan Wenjing heard that the imperial exams would soon be held in the capital, Dongjing, and after discussing with his wife, he decided to travel there to take the exam. Zhang said to her husband, "Our family is poor, and our son is still young. If you leave for the exams, we will be left without support. What will become of us?" After thinking it over, Yuan Wenjing replied, "I have studied hard for 10 years with the hope of succeeding in the imperial exams and achieving fame. Since you and our son would be without support here, why not come with me to the capital?" Zhang agreed with her husband's decision, and the family packed up and set off for Dongjing. After several days of travel, they arrived in the capital and temporarily stayed at an inn owned by a woman named Wang outside the city. The next morning, after freshening up, Yuan Wenjing suggested to his wife that they explore the city together. While they were walking, they suddenly heard a loud voice ordering them to stop, and they quickly moved to the side. A richly dressed man on horseback approached, none other than the Empress's brother, Lord Chao. When Lord Chao caught sight of Zhang, he immediately noticed her beauty and was filled with lustful desire. He ordered his guards to invite Yuan Wenjing and his family to his mansion. Hearing that Lord had summoned them, Yuan Wenjing dared not refuse and took his wife to the Chao mansion. Lord Chao personally came out to greet them and had them seated, inquiring about their background. Yuan Wenjing truthfully explained that he had come to the capital for the imperial exams. Lord Chao appeared pleased and instructed his maids to take Zhang to the back hall, where the women were hosted according to the etiquette for female guests. Meanwhile, Lord Chao ordered his servants to prepare a grand feast and sat down with Yuan Wenjing to drink. Once Yuan Wenjing was drunk and inebriated, Lord Chao secretly ordered his men to strangle him to death in a secluded area. Afterward, he cruelly commanded that Yuan Wenjing's 3-year-old son be beaten to death as well. Poor Yuan Wenjing, who had come to the capital with high hopes of success, was left with nothing but a tragic end. Before long, when Zhang came out, ready to return to the inn with her husband, Lord Chao deceived her by saying, "Yuan Wenjing drank too much earlier, so I have already taken him to a guest room to sleep. You should not disturb him now." Zhang was anxious but dared not leave the mansion, planning to wait until her husband woke up before leaving. However, by dusk, Lord Chao ordered a maid to inform Zhang of the truth. The maid also tried to persuade Zhang to become Lord Chao's concubine. Upon hearing this, Zhang was heartbroken, sobbing uncontrollably and even contemplating suicide. Seeing her refusal, Lord Chow ordered his servants to imprison her in an inner room and instructed the maids to continue persuading her. At the same time, Bao Gong had just returned to the capital after inspecting the army on the frontier. As he was riding across a stone bridge, a sudden gust of wind arose in front of his horse. The wind did not blow towards him but circled in front of him, refusing to disperse. Bao Gong pondered. This strange phenomenon, could it be a sign that there is a difficult case waiting for me to resolve? He then sent his subordinates, Constables Wang Xing and Li Ji, to follow the wind and investigate the situation. Wang Xing and Li Ji followed the wind's trail and eventually arrived at the gates of Lord Chow's mansion. Unaware of whose residence it was, they looked up and saw tall walls surrounding the compound. Above the gates, they noticed a warning sign. Anyone caught peeking into the mansion will have their eyes gouged out. Anyone pointing at the mansion will have their hand chopped off. The two constables were shocked by the warning and immediately returned to report the matter to Bao Gong. Upon hearing this, Bao Gong became enraged and said, "Even the imperial palace doesn't have such extreme warnings. Who dares to post such notices so boldly?" He then personally went to investigate and saw the tall mansion gate but still did not know whose residence it was. So, he instructed the constables to ask an elderly passerby. The elderly man revealed, "This is the mansion of the Empress's brothers, the Chow family." Bao Gong approached and remarked, "Even if they are imperial relatives, they should not have such an extravagant residence." The old man sighed and replied, "By your appearance, you must also be an official. How is it that you do not know about the two Chow brothers? To be frank, Lord Chow the elder behaves decently. However, his younger brother, the Lord Chow the younger, has committed many evil deeds, abusing his power. People fear him more than they fear the emperor. Anyone who dares to offend the Lord Chow the younger is sure to face cruel punishment. He often kidnaps women from the surrounding area, and anyone who disobeys him is beaten to death. The Lord Chow the younger has harmed so many people that strange phenomena often occur around the mansion. I've heard that the Chow family moved away due to disturbances caused by spirits, which is why the gates are closed even in broad daylight." Bao Gong listened in silence, rewarded the old man with some money, and dismissed him. Upon returning to Kaifeng Prefecture, Bao Gong pondered. According to the old man, this Lord Chow the younger must have committed many evil deeds. I cannot let such a villain go unpunished. While the mansion is vacant, I should find a way to enter and investigate carefully. There may be some valuable clues. However, my constables are likely intimidated by the Lord's power and might also be negligent. How should I instruct them? Bao Gong pondered the situation all night. Early the next morning, he gathered all the constables in the office and said, "Last night, I dreamt that a vengeful spirit came to me seeking justice. It claimed that there is 1,000 taels of gold hidden in the Chow brothers' mansion. Today, if anyone can find this gold, I will reward them with half of it." The constables were eager to try their luck and went to the abandoned Chow mansion to search thoroughly. They eventually arrived at the well in the back garden and stopped there. Bao Gong then told the constables, "Who is willing to search the well? I believe the gold is hidden inside." Wang Xing and Li Ji, the boldest constables, immediately volunteered for the task. Bao Gong had them lowered into the well with ropes. The well was dry, and in the darkness, they groped around. Instead of finding gold, they discovered a corpse, which frightened them greatly. They quickly reported back to Bao Gong. Bao Gong confirmed his suspicions from the previous night and smiled as he said, "I don't believe it. Bring the body up for me to see." Wang Xing and Li Ji realized they had been tricked by Bao Gong but remained focused on their duty. They used ropes to retrieve the body and carried it back to the Kaifeng prefecture. They placed it in the east corridor and then inquired with the clerks about the current residence of the Chow brothers. One of the clerks said, "They have moved to Lion Alley." Bao Gong then had constables Zhang Qian and Li Wan accompany him with fine wine to the new residence of the Chow brothers, pretending to congratulate them on their relocation. Upon arriving at the Chow brothers' new home, Bao Gong learned that they were not at home. The Chow brothers' mother, Dowager Lady of the Prefecture, was furious to see Bao Gong and reprimanded him for not following proper etiquette. Feeling humiliated, Bao Gong blamed his own haste and was about to leave. Just as he reached the outer gate, he happened to run into Lord Chow the Elder returning from a meeting at the palace. Seeing Bao Gong, Lord Chow the Elder immediately dismounted and greeted him warmly. When he learned that Bao Gong was leaving due to his mother's insult, he quickly apologized. After Bao Gong left, Lord Chow the Elder returned home looking very troubled. He said to Dowager Lady of the Prefecture, "Earlier, Bao Gong came to our home to celebrate our move. Mother, how could you have driven him away? My brother has committed many evil deeds. If Bao Gong learns of this, the consequences could be dire." Dowager Lady of the Prefecture, however, dismissively said, "My daughter is the Empress. With such power, should we fear Bao Gong?" Lord Chow the Elder replied helplessly, "Even if she is the Empress, so what? Don't you know that Bao Gong confronts even the Emperor directly when necessary? With his character, he would not fear the Empress. We should quickly write to my brother, who is traveling, and have him kill the scholar's wife as well. That way, Bao Gong will have no witnesses left." Dowager Lady of the Prefecture followed her eldest son's advice and wrote a letter, sending it to Zhengzhou to deliver to the Lord Chow the Younger. Lord Chow the Younger, after reading the letter, was reluctant yet helpless. He decided to get Zhang drunk with wine and prepare to kill her with a knife. However, upon seeing her beautiful appearance, he felt a pang of pity and went outside. In the courtyard, he encountered a retainer named Zhang Gong and shared the situation with him. Zhang Gong said, "If you kill Zhang here, her vengeful spirit will surely come to disturb and make you restless. In my family's back garden, there is an ancient well used to ward off evil spirits, and it is bottomless. Why don't you throw her into my well? This way, even if she becomes a ghost, she won't be able to bother you." Lord Chow the Younger was very pleased with this suggestion and rewarded Zhang Gong with 10 taels of silver. He instructed Zhang Gong to bind Zhang and take her to his back garden. However, unknown to Lord Chao the Younger, Zhang Gong also despised his behavior and genuinely intended to help Zhang. He took Zhang to his home, and when she woke up, he asked her about her experiences. Zhang, in tears, recounted everything to Zhang Gong. Sympathizing with her plight, Zhang Gong quietly opened the back door, gave her 10 taels of silver for travel expenses, and advised her to go to Dongjing to seek Bao Gong. Grateful, Zhang thanked Zhang Gong profusely and left. Zhang, unfamiliar with the journey to Dongjing and rarely venturing out, was fortunate to meet a kind old man along the way who guided her to Dongjing. When Zhang wished to thank the old man, she found he had disappeared, leading her to believe perhaps a deity had guided her. She arrived back at Wang's inn, where Wang recognized her immediately. After hearing Zhang's story, Wang was moved to tears and said, "Tomorrow morning, before dawn, Bao Gong will go to the temple to pray, and at that time, no one from the Chao family will notice you. You can intercept Bao Gong and present your case. You just need to prepare another formal petition." Taking Wang's advice, Zhang went out to find someone to write the petition for her. As she was leaving with the completed petition, she happened to encounter a man dressed like an official. Zhang, unfamiliar with Bao Gong's appearance and desperate to present her case, mistakenly thought this man was Bao Gong and tried to stop him with her petition. To her shock, the man was not Bao Gong but Lord Chao the Elder. Startled by the petition, Lord Chao the Elder, without waiting for Zhang to speak, loudly scolded her for obstructing him and ordered the guards to drag her into an alley and beat her to death. He also instructed the guards to take the silver from Zhang and make it look like a robbery. Fortunately, Wang heard the news and quickly came to check. After discovering that Zhang was still alive, she took her back to the inn and revived her. A few days later, Bao Gong happened to pass by Wang's inn. Zhang, still weak, managed to reach Bao Gong. Bao Gong received the petition, ordered the constables to guide her to the corridor to identify the body, and confirmed it was indeed her husband, Yuan Wenjing. Bao Gong then summoned Wang for questioning, clarified the situation, and sent Wang back to the inn. Bao Gong pondered for a long time and decided to arrest Lord Chao the Elder in the capital first and then handle the matter. He pretended to be ill and did not attend court. When the emperor heard of Bao Gong's illness, he was very concerned and wanted to visit the Kaifeng prefecture. Lord Chao the Elder, however, suggested, "Let me visit first. If Bao Gong is indeed seriously ill, you can visit later." The emperor agreed to this suggestion. The next day, Lord Chao the Elder arrived at the Kaifeng prefecture, where Bao Gong personally went out to greet him and led him into the inner hall. They exchanged pleasantries before Bao Gong arranged a banquet to entertain Lord Chao the Elder. After several rounds of drinks, Bao Gong suddenly stood up and said to Lord Chao the Elder, "Lord Chao the Elder, a while ago I received a petition detailing a case of a person who killed a husband and son and then forcibly married the widow. The widow narrowly escaped death and returned to Dongjing, only to nearly be killed again. Fortunately, the kind-hearted people of Dongjing saved her and she was able to bring her petition to me. I have decided to handle this case, but I currently have no leads. Do you know who this criminal might be? Lord Chow the elder was so frightened by this that he could not speak. At this moment, Zhang emerged from the inner room, crying and pointing at Lord Chow the elder, saying, "It was you all who killed my husband and intended to kill me too." Lord Chow the elder, unable to offer a defense, angrily declared, "You are falsely accusing me. I will hold you accountable for this." Seeing this, Bao Gong was furious and ordered the constables to arrest Lord Chow the elder. They removed his official garments and placed him in chains, imprisoning him in a cell. To prevent any leaks of this news, Bao Gong also shut the doors of the prefecture and arrested everyone who had accompanied Lord Chow the elder. Bao Gong then considered how to capture Lord Chow the younger. He forged a fake letter, claiming it was found on Lord Chow, and used a red seal to make it look official. He sent it overnight to Zhengzhou, falsely stating that Dowager Lady of the Prefecture, the mother, was gravely ill and urgently needed Lord Chow the younger to return to the capital. When Lord Chow the younger received the letter, which also contained personal items of his brother, he believed it to be genuine and hurriedly packed his belongings to return to Dongjing. Before he could reach Lord Chow's residence, Bao Gong intercepted him on the road, saying there was an urgent matter to discuss and invited Lord Chow the younger to the Kaifeng prefecture. After having a drink at the prefecture, Lord Chow the younger said, "My brother wrote to me saying our mother is seriously ill and wants me to visit her at the Chow residence. I must return immediately and cannot delay any longer." At this moment, Zhang appeared again from the inner room, glaring at Lord Chow the younger. Seeing her, Lord Chow the younger turned pale with fear. Bao Gong, not allowing him to escape, ordered the constables to immediately arrest Lord Chow the younger and lock him in the prison as well. The news quickly spread, and upon hearing of it, Dowager Lady of the Prefecture was deeply worried and immediately reported the matter to Empress Chow. Empress Chow then informed Emperor Renzong, but the emperor was troubled and reluctant to get involved. Unable to wait for a response from the emperor and anxious, Empress Chow secretly left the palace to find Bao Gong at the Kaifeng prefecture. Bao Gong told the empress, "The two lords have committed serious crimes, and your majesty has left the palace without authorization. Tomorrow, I will inform his majesty of everything." With no other option, Empress Chow returned to the palace. The next day, Dowager Lady of the Prefecture again presented the matter to Emperor Renzong. Feeling helpless, sent officials to persuade Bao Gong to resolve the issue quickly. Bao Gong had anticipated their visit and ordered the constables to post a notice stating, "Anyone coming to the prefecture to persuade or negotiate will be held accountable for the same crimes as the two lords." Upon seeing the notice, the officials were deterred and dared not step foot in the Kaifeng prefecture. Emperor Renzong, aware that Bao Gong would not compromise, felt that, as this involved his own family matters, he could not ignore it and decided to personally visit the Kaifeng prefecture. When Emperor Renzong arrived, Bao Gong greeted him and said, "Your Majesty, today is not the day for the sacrificial rites to heaven and earth or to encourage farming, so why have you left the palace? This could bring disaster." Emperor Renzong, feeling embarrassed, replied, "I came to intercede for the two lords. For my sake, please spare their lives." Bao Gong replied sternly, "If you wish to save the two lords, you should issue a formal pardon. There's no need for you to come in person. If you prevent me from enforcing the law, I will resign from my position and return to farming." Faced with the firmness of Bao Gong, Emperor Renzong chose not to argue further and returned to the palace. After Emperor Renzong left, Bao Gong immediately ordered the constables to escort Lord Chao the Younger to the execution grounds. Dowager Lady of the Prefecture, upon hearing this, again begged Emperor Renzong to show leniency towards Lord Chao the Younger. Emperor Renzong agreed and issued a decree to commute Lord Chao the Younger's death sentence, sending a messenger to deliver the order to the execution grounds. When Bao Gong received the decree, he saw that it pardoned all serious criminals in the Dongjing region from death sentences. He told the messenger, "The entire country belongs to the emperor, and he should treat everyone equally. Why pardon only the criminals in the Dongjing region and not those in other regions? Please inform the emperor that, for fairness, he should pardon all serious criminals nationwide. Please handle this matter quickly, as I am about to execute Lord Chao the Younger. Lord Chao the Elder will be executed at noon." The messenger returned to the palace and informed Emperor Renzong. Upon learning that her second son had been executed, Dowager Lady of the Prefecture wept and begged the emperor to amend the decree. Prime Minister Wang, seeing the situation, advised, "Your Majesty, Bao Gong is right, all people should be treated fairly. Please issue a nationwide pardon so that Lord Chao the Elder can be spared." Consequently, Emperor Renzong issued a new decree allowing for the commutation of sentences for all prisoners across the country. With the new decree in place, Bao Gong ordered the removal of Lord Chao the Elder's shackles and sent him back to the Lord's residence. Dowager Lady of the Prefecture, seeing her remaining son, wept bitterly. Lord Chao the Elder told his mother, "In prison, I deeply regretted my wrongful actions and the indulgence of my brother's crimes, which disgraced our family's teachings. Now that I have survived, and with our family's wealth, I need not worry about your care. I have decided to leave the capital and go into the mountains to atone for my sins and seek forgiveness from the gods." Despite Dowager Lady of the Prefecture's pleas, Lord Chao the Elder left resolutely and went into seclusion in the mountains. Later, it was said that Lord Chao the Elder, having received guidance from deities, became a deity himself. After concluding the case, Bao Gong buried Yuan Wenjing's body at the southern foot of Nan Mountain. He also took 30 taels of silver from the treasury and gave it to Zhang for her future living expenses, then sent her back home. The released prisoners, grateful for Bao Gong's kindness, vowed never to commit evil again. Although Bao Gong was strict with the law, his compassion gave many offenders a chance for redemption. Alright. Today's case story, Lion Alley, concludes here. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave your comments and share with others. See you again in the next issue.